This week on r/AskReddit. If you enjoy, please feel free to like and subscribe for more weekly Reddit content. Now sit back and enjoy.
I left my previous job because of a gaslighting colleague only to find she has joined my new workplace. About 6 months ago I made a decision to leave my previous job of 3 years because I had a high-performing but toxic colleague named V. She would gaslight me a lot but got away with it because she has a natural charisma. I called out her behavior with proof and evidence, but my ex-manager chose to remain neutral at the time because V worked just as smart and hard as I did. Fast forward to January 2023. I find out V has also quit my ex-company, and on my first day at the new job I saw her. She tried to be friendly towards me and I played the friendly card too because I know her tactics too well. I also heard from ex-manager that V tried to overstep her after I left and things went sour for V. At the new job, I could see V's old patterns emerging and all the schmoozing. Thankfully at the new job no amount of schmoozing was going to get her anywhere. Eventually she buckled under the pressure and she just put in her papers to quit. I'm just so thrilled she's leaving. However, I feel like she has already poisoned some of my current colleagues' impression of me. I can only hope after she has left I am able to repair my reputation. I know I shouldn't care so much as work is work, but I genuinely like the people I work with. I also feel like if I told people about what happened between me and her, no one would believe me because she is incredibly charismatic. So I'm just shouting this out to the internet.
I let my girlfriend win sometimes, and it makes me happy. My girlfriend is one of the sweetest humans on this earth. I've never had a connection like I do with her. She's hardworking, driven, kind. I don't have enough words to describe her. Anyway, when she gets into a sad mood, she tries to distract herself by playing those iMessage games with me. I'm a very competitive person, and I normally win. But she appreciates the distraction. Well, recently she got a denial email from a prospective employer. She was super bummed as she started sending me iMessage games. Well, that day I let her win and her mood instantly improved. Starting floating about beating me in a game I usually beat her in. Seeing her proud and happy brought me a sense of joy I never thought I'd have. I just had to share this somewhere. Thanks for listening.
I may actually be moving out soon and I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to have food in the cupboard instead of hiding it in my room or my car. And I'll be able to use the kitchen. I'll finally be able to learn to cook. I'm excited to always be able to use the living room, and to be able to clean without criticism, and to be able to cry in my own home without getting in trouble. It'll be my space, so I won't have to hide the moment I hear someone coming home. I'm going to keep everything clean and pretty, and I can't do too much to decorate here. But I think I'm going to get some fake plants and flowers from the craft store and have them around to make things pretty. Yay!
My copycat, narcissistic colleague has cost me my job. My colleague has always been a shopper, often spending £400, £500 a month on expensive clothes. I've never seen her wear the same thing more than twice. Her clothes are obviously lovely, but they're not to my particular taste. Things started to get weird in my workplace one day when I turned up to a shift with her in a new, used, jumper that I'd purchased about 6 months ago. I buy 90% of my clothes second-hand from selling sites, and I usually buy clothes out of season. This particular jumper was a £5 bargain. My colleague barked at me, "That's new. I haven't seen that before," to which I explained it was an online purchase. It started to get weirder from here. Every time I turned up to work wearing something new, she would suddenly get huffy with me. She would comment on the clothes I got frequently, ask me where I bought them, when I bought them, etc., but seemed to be annoyed that they were second-hand purchases and that most of the time, they were previous season or old pieces. I wasn't sure what her problem was until she started to loudly declare to customers in front of me that she didn't like a particular item of clothing, like a specific cut of trouser, the length of a jumper, or certain types of collared shirts, blouses, right down to commenting on wearing certain colors together. When she made comments like these, you could guarantee that I would be wearing that exact item of clothing that she disliked, or a certain color combination that she didn't like, etc. Not my problem. Comments like that do not faze me in the slightest. I don't dress to impress other people. Then, one day, she came in wearing the exact same outfit as I had worn a few days previous, right down to the same socks, wearing all of the things that she said she hated. I know they say that you should be flattered if someone copies you, but I was honestly shocked, and I felt kind of uncomfortable. Because all of my clothing purchases are often the result of weeks of saving and searching for something I love. My clothing choices are almost like a part of my identity and a way to express some creativity. I don't have £400+ month to drop on clothes, so each item is carefully considered. However, now I'd come into my workplace to my colleague dressing like my twin, and I was not okay with that. It started happening almost every time I had a shift with her, and it was freaking me out. So I called her out on it. She laughed it off and said that she understands fashion and that it was just a pure coincidence that we were wearing similar clothes. And then it became personal. She started telling me, multiple times a day, how amazing she looks and how customers give her so many compliments for her outfit choices. All whilst wearing outfits that I had previously put together and worn myself. This went on and on. Every single shift I had with her, she would say to me, "Oh, Tail Soffleria, I wonder how many people will comment on my outfit today. So many people love the way I dress." At this point, I couldn't even wear the clothes I wanted to wear in work anymore, because I was afraid she would copy them, or I was afraid we would come into work on certain days wearing the same outfits. Anyway, this became part of a deeper issue where my colleague then started trying to interfere with, and negatively affect, my work, make unsolicited and unwelcome comments on my body composition, slack off her own work duties, complain to me every second of her shift, and generally just engage in almost bullying type behavior where she would try to put me down. I felt like my workplace became a really unbearable environment because of her, all because I wore a few new items of clothing. I handed my notice in the other week because I just can't stand the woman anymore. I spoke to the boss about her behavior, not the copycat clothing, just her general attitude and comments towards me, and they literally said to me, "Well, we can't change her personality," which I found appalling. They haven't done anything. Just wanted to get this off my chest. My crush, who I thought liked me back, just posted about being in love with someone else. It sucks. Ever since I found out, couple of hours ago, I've been feeling kinda sick. I know I will get over her, but I wasn't prepared to find out about her new person through her social media like that. I hope I get over her ASAP because I have to see her daily and it won't be fun. I don't even know how to change the dynamic between us. We've always been flirty and she's the one who usually initiates physical touch with me. Oh well, I'll be hiding under my blanket eating cheesecake for the meantime.
Everyone says they are there for you if you need to talk, but they aren't. Growing up, I always heard people sigh and said if only that person just would have told someone when it comes to depression and suicide. I have depression, I have suicidal thoughts, I have self-hating thoughts, thoughts that I should hurt myself, thoughts that everyone would be happy if I were gone. This list goes on. I am getting help. I have doctors, meds and whatever my insurance gets me. I don't have friends or a supportive family. I have a great partner who says they are willing to help me on my bad days, but I realized most people can't handle these truthful thoughts. It brings them down and makes them depressed. People have told me they'll be there for help, but I realized maybe they're just saying that. I think I should just keep my thoughts to myself because it seems like I'm the only one that can get my needs met. Even if it hurts to think about how lonely that is.
It's getting hard to hide my disappointment in my friend. I always try to understand people the best I can. I want them to know that they can always feel safe with me. But when my friend told me about his dating history, which included a minor, I was really shocked. I felt so sick. It happened years ago, and no sexual acts were committed according to him, but that doesn't matter. It's still so fucked up. I told him he shouldn't have done that because that is literally grooming and it's not right. That it's not him who is pitiful in the situation. He was acting like a victim because the girl rejected him, but the girl. He said he was sorry and that he won't do anything like that again. I said I am not the one he owes an apology to. He said he knows and that he wants to apologize to the girl. I advised him to never go near that girl again and to not reach out in any way or form. Just leave her the fuck alone. He said he understands and that ended the conversation. After that, he kept saying that he feels anxious because I might be disappointed in him. I told him not to worry about it and changed the subject. But now it's eating me up inside and I have been avoiding him for weeks now. I know he knows what's up but is too afraid to confront me about it. I'm not really sure what to do. I feel so uncomfortable around him now.
I thought about drinking for the first time in my life, throw away for reasons that I hope become obvious. Also apologies for mobile posting. TW for mentions of alcoholism. I, 17F, have been going through what I guess you could call a rough patch for the past week and a half or so. I can't really remember specifics. For the first time in my life, I genuinely considered trying to drink my pain away. I'm a few months away from being the legal age to buy alcohol, but my parents have shit in the cupboards that hasn't been touched in months, and they wouldn't miss it if it was gone. I guess the main issue is I'm terrified of the fact I even had these thoughts. My granddad was an alcoholic for decades, and an abdive one at that, before I was born. My dad isn't an alcoholic, but I would say from stories I've heard about him in the past that he's had some issues with drinking before. I'm scared I'm falling into the same cycle, but also it seems so appealing because I know it's a quick fix until all the shit in my life blows over. I don't know what to do, and frankly I'm really scared of myself right now.
That's all for today. Hope to see you all next week.